Hey guys, it's Alyssa here over Books and Cats, and today I shall be doing my Borrowathon TBR. So, on top of my Borrowathon TBR, this will actually also be a nonfiction November TBR, which I've decided to participate in this year. I'm not doing a strict TBR. I'm not like going out and because I don't really own hardly any nonfiction. I own 2 books, and I'm not gonna go to the library and try to find anything else. I'm not achieving it that much, but I want to read what I have and see how it goes, because I don't read nonfiction. It's not something that is a genre that I ever read. So I'm trying this month out. First 2 books I'm going to be talking about are for Nonfiction November. Then we'll get into the Borrowathon TBR and all that jazz. So the first book for Nonfiction November is a book that I haven't even hauled yet. That haul should be coming... Actually, the haul might go up before my TBR. I'm not quite sure yet. But that is Cleopatra, A Life by Stacy Schiff. I bought this in the month of October, and I just would love to know more about Cleopatra. It's not a very big book, which is also nice, and again, I just really want to read more nonfiction, and I just bought it, so therefore it's a good time to try to read this. The next book is not a book that I physically have on me, but I do own it. It's just in storage. I plan to read the audiobook version of it because I've heard wonderful things, and that is The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. I bought this several months ago. Probably 3, 4, 5 months ago maybe. And I've been wanting to get to it. I bought it on a whim. I hadn't really planned on reading it, but it was cheap, and I'm trying to get more into nonfiction. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to those in the month of November. Now, on to the very, very, very exciting part of this video, which is my Borrowathon TBR. I finally am able to film it. I have been wanting to film it for weeks. How library books work is that you can't have them for forever, so I had to wait to check everything out, to get everything on hold, and have a big stack. Okay, sun, really pulling through today. Okay, I think that's good. If the lighting keeps changing, apparently the sun is coming in and out of the clouds, so pardon that. But yeah, let's get on to my Borrowathon TBR. I have a lot of books here. Now, some of them I might not get to, some of them I might just read in the month of November, but they're all books that I want to get to in the near future. Depending on what happens during the week of the readathon, you'll see what books end up lining up with what challenges, but there might be multiple books from multiple challenges. We're just gonna go with the wind and see where it takes me. So, the first challenge is a book you think you're going to love. And for that challenge, I have 2 options, which are books I'm reading. I don't know if I'll read during Borrowathon, but I'm reading in the month of November. The first one is The Poet-X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I've heard wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. I love poetry. I love this cover. I love this cover. This cover is beautiful. I currently have a free trial for Scribd, and the audiobook of this is on there. So potentially, if I'm able to read the audiobook for this during Borrowathon, then chances are I'll definitely read this. Elizabeth herself is a beautiful person. I looked in the back to read about the author, and she's just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful person. I really think I'm gonna love it. Where the challenge comes in. The next one is a book that I've been wanting to get to for so long, and that is The Collide by Kimberly McCreight. This is the 3rd book in the Outliers trilogy. It's the final book. I'm very excited to get to it. Trash for the series. It is a young adult thriller with some magical powers thrown in. I don't know what you want to call it, abilities, whatever you want to call it, but I'm very excited to get to this. I read The Scattering, I believe, the beginning of this year, end of last year, and very stoked to get to this. So these are always, I read these books super fast. It's they're short books too. They're 300 pages. So I know I'm definitely going to read this, and I think I'm going to love it. The next challenge is a 2018 release. Now, these 2 books will qualify for that. They both, wait, did The Poet-X come out this year? Let's see if The Poet-X came out this year. I actually don't know. They both came out this year. This came out, I don't know when, early this year. This came out June, July time, so they both qualify. The book that will qualify for this challenge also is Unbroken, 13 Stories Starring Disabled Teens. Very, very, very excited to get to this one. I love this cover. I'm hoping I really enjoy this. And yeah, definitely came out this year. I think it came out this month. This month or last month it came out. Okay, so the next challenge is a book with 150 pages or less. Now, I have 3 graphic novels checked out. So, I don't know if they're technically exactly under 150 pages, but they're close enough, and they would be such short reads that I'm gonna count it. It's gonna count towards this challenge, and those books would be volumes 8 and 9 of Miss Marvel, which is Miss Marvel Mecha and Miss Marvel Teenage Wasteland. I need to catch up on this series. Obviously, I'm a couple behind. The other graphic novel that I have is Delilah Dirk and the Turkish Lieutenant by Tony Cliff. Sylvia over at Wish Fulfillment talks about this graphic novel series all the time. Very stoked to get to it. This one is definitely close. I think it's like 160 pages. So, very excited to get to this one, and these as well. Next 2 challenges are a book with the name of an animal on the cover, which I have multiple books for, and a book you've never heard of. For those challenges, I have 3 books. I don't know which of these I'm going to read. The one that does both of them is How to Be a Good Creature, a memoir in 13 animals. Now, it doesn't have the name of an animal, but it says animals on the cover. It's all about animals. Like, it has pictures of animals in it. Like, it's all about animals. So, this definitely qualifies. And also, I had never heard of it before. I was just on my Overdrive app, and I saw this, and I saw the ebook version of it, and I was like, wow, that would qualify for that challenge. This would be another good book as an easy read, and it also completes the challenge of a book I've never heard of, because I hadn't heard of this until I stumbled upon it. So, it's also a really cool cover. Like, super pretty. Now, for the books featuring an animal, I have 2 more that could complete that. The first one is a reread, which is The Frog Princess. I've been wanting to reread this, and I thought that if I did read it for this readathon, it would be great because it would be a quick thing that I could add into my TBR. Don't know if it'll happen, but I figured it would be good as a backup. I like having lots of options when it comes to TBRs because who knows what I'll ever be in the mood for. So, getting multiple... That's the cat vomiting. That's the 3rd time she's vomited in the past 30 minutes. Love that. Gonna clean that up after I finish this video. The last one with the name of an animal and the cover is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Hayden. I don't know anything about this book. Don't know nothing. Yeah, I don't know anything. And the 6th and final challenge is a book featuring a library, and I actually only have 1 book for that, but I can get the audiobook, so I'm hopeful that I can finish this book this time. This was actually on my TBR for the last round, but I didn't end up completing it, and that is Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics. It is the 2nd book in the Mr. Lemoncello's Library series thing. These are really quick reads, and I could get the audiobook, so that's why I picked this one. I couldn't really find any others for this challenge that I wanted to read, so yeah. And I remember I did really well with the audiobook last time, so hoping I get to it this round. So, those are all of my books for Borrowathon and Nonfiction November. It's going to be an interesting reading month. Excited for Borrowathon. I'm very excited for Borrowathon. Very excited. Excited I finally have all of the things I need for it. Let me know down below if you're participating in Borrowathon, if you posted a TBR, whatever the case may be. I'd love to know, love to watch, all that fun stuff. And I'll also link below my Borrowathon announcement where all the details will be if you have not heard of it yet. And that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I shall see you in the next one. Bye!